George Merkuduka there. It's been more than 4 years since allegations of fraud and underhand dealings were made in the AMERI Power Agreement. The 250-megawatt power plant was procured in 2016 to augment Ghana's electricity generation at the height of the energy crisis under the John Mahama administration. Amid allegations that it was overpriced by $150 million, the Akufo-Addo administration had pledged to investigate it. Although the agreement was eventually reviewed, government has yet to say what crimes were committed and those who committed those crimes. Israel Lai has more. He's the head of Energy Desk, has more in the following report for Total Recall.
The AMERI Power Agreement was one of those deals the New Patriotic Party, then in opposition, said was tainted with corruption. The agreement was structured such that AMERI would be paid for the plant from the tariffs paid by consumers of the electricity it generates over a period of 5 years. Dr. Baumia, who was then running mate to candidate Akufo-Addo, argued why the contract at $510 million was overpriced.
The issue of the AMERI Power Deal is one episode of issues bordering on corruption and the failure to ensure value for money for the people of Ghana. In this deal, Ghana is basically purchasing 10 power gas plants for $510 million, even though the same plants can be acquired from GE, from the market, for $220 million.
On assumption of power in 2017, President Akufo-Addo, in his first State of the Nation address, announced a review of all power purchase agreements, including the AMERI deal.
Government is conducting a review of all the power agreements entered into by the previous government in order to prioritize, renegotiate, defer or cancel outright if necessary in the national interest.
A committee chaired by Philip Addison, which looked at the deal and traveled to the United Arab Emirates, concluded in 2017 that it should be renegotiated because it was overpriced by about $150 million. The police in July of 2017 visited the homes of some officials believed to have knowledge of the AMERI agreement in search of documents relating to the deal.
We found about 6 people with a warrant stating that they were searching for laptops and phone because I was suspected of causing financial loss to the nation with regards to the AMERI project, and I was completely taken aback because as a technocrat that I've served this country, I've now distinguished since President Kufuor's era. I thought I didn't deserve this because I only implement. I don't make decisions. I don't decide who goes where. The equipment is acquired and I install, and I do day and night, putting myself at risk to get it done.
The Director of Public Affairs of the Ghana Police Service at the time, David Aklu, explained the CID officers had visited on a court order to look for evidence to find out if someone was culpable.
What we did was to execute a warrant or a court order to search his premises to look for evidence in relation to an issue that the police wants to find out whether somebody is culpable or not.
The renegotiated AMERI deal by then Energy Minister Boakye Jackson extended the duration of the agreement to 15 years from 5 and reduced the cost of power from 14.6 cents to 11.7 cents per kilowatt hour. This was, however, condemned by many as worse than the original agreement and was eventually scrapped and the minister relieved of his post. Even though no reason was given for the minister's dismissal, many linked it to the revision of the AMERI deal. It's been 5 years since Ghana procured the AMERI plant, which also means that it is time for ownership to revert to the country. Government has already indicated the plant will be relocated to Kumasi to resolve the power supply challenges being experienced in that part of the country.
The Ministry of Energy has taken a decision. As we analyzed, we saw that it is best if we could get a generator around Kumasi. So the ministry has taken a decision that the AMERI power plant should be moved to Kumasi. So efforts are being put in place to ensure that gas infrastructure is sent to Kumasi to feed the AMERI power plant once that movement is done. When this is completed, our system will become even more resilient.
Joy News is learning government has also initiated plans to take over ownership of the plant. As far as the investigations into criminality by the police CID are concerned, no prosecutions of the former ministers and officials whose homes were searched have been initiated. It is, however, not clear if government would ever make public the report on the investigations.